Freeze is shot and a goal! Header off the post, a rebound and a goal! Hello everyone and welcome to Goodrich Field in Anoka for CTN's live coverage of boys high school soccer. Tonight in Northwest Suburban Conference Showdown as the Tornadoes take on the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Joe Young and Alex Urquhart high above the action, and sun is setting behind the trees and a little more comfortable. Less glare on the field for the boys game. Girls game just before this, the Tornadoes a late goal to get a 2-1 win over Coon Rapids. And coming in here, this is the conference opener for the Tornadoes. They've started out 0-2 with losses to Moorhead and Rochester Mayo. Cardinals, after losing the season opener to Park of Cottage Grove, have beaten Blaine and Forest Lake in back-to-back shutout goals. So already their fourth game of the year. Here's a look at the starters for Coon Rapids. Shaber, Lilja, Clemente, and Nelson are the defenders. Talixon, Berhane, Hichaba, the midfielders. St. Luke Brown, Tony Crockton, and Alex Lopez up front. Ryan Wykenet is the goalkeeper. For Anoka, Meshuga, Orrin Newman, the defenders. Cody Panuski, Jake McElmurray, Drew Larson, and John Oliverson in the middle. Roland Oyu, Tyler Bennett, and Brandon Treadle are the forwards. The goalkeeper is Logan Zick. Coon Rapids will have the first possession of the game. And as we saw in the girls' game, getting early pressure and keeping that pressure on, it will pay off more often than not.
Looks like we got a little mix-up. Zick's got a little mix-up there with his equipment or something.
He ran back over to the sidelines, grabbed the wrong gloves, maybe? Or forgot the goalkeeper jersey.
Oh, it looks like because he's got the gray jersey on, the refs are making him put on his dark jersey for the contrast.
And after that switch is made, we're ready to play.
Fans enjoying the little bit of a wardrobe malfunction.
Clock's running.
Coon Rapids playing it back off the initial kick. Talixon fighting for it there with Panuski. Hichaba trying to get around the corner on McElmurray. Anoka pushing it in deep. Trying to build something. Tyler Bennett. Shot that just goes off Clemente and out of bounds. Cross into the middle, headed away by Lilja. And Wykenet gets under it to keep it out of danger. Berhane booting it ahead. Meshuga runs onto it, tried to pass. That was broken up by Hichaba. Pass ahead. Stopped up by Ryan Nelson. Hichaba with it for Coon Rapids. Long pass broken up, well played by Drew Larson. Looked like Oyu was retying his shoe or something, not quite ready for that pass to come his way.
Anoka might not be a little. Anoka might not be quite as ready as we thought they were.
It's a team in Anoka that's coming off a state tournament appearance last year, but
Foul
they
call on
lost
the play will be
quite a
free kick
bit.
for Coon Rapids.
Coach Pete Hayes says he's just looking for guys to step up into those leadership roles early in the season.
Olia with that kick.
Seemed to be scratching his head a little bit about both the losses to Moorhead and
Shaver with the throw.
Rochester Mayo. Just not so much that they weren't quality clubs, but that his team not doing what they had been doing in preseason scrimmages and things. The things they were doing well, they did not do once they got into games that mattered.
Foul call will be free kick
Another
for
foul
Anoka.
called as Achaba's tripped up a little bit. Shaver got way under that one.
High, far, and long. Goal
And
kick for
it'll be a
Anoka.
goal kick for Anoka.
Mashuga with the kick.
Meshuggah boots it out near midfield. Stopped up by Coon Rapids. Here's Talixon with it. Near side for Hichaba. Hichaba trying to use his speed to get around Panuski.
Throw it for Coon Rapids.
Panuski,
Tripped up a little bit.
yeah, Panuski, a little physical there on Hachaba.
Akaba with the throw.
Spinning shot goes wide, and it'll be another goal kick.
Mashuga with the goal kick for Anoka.
Lopez can't keep it in on the near side.
Newman with the throw for Anoka.
Chaba long pass to the far side, broken up. Brown couldn't control it. Panuski draws some attention from a couple of Cardinals and draws a foul. First against Coon Rapids.
Throwing Coon Rapids.
Real quick throw in there.
Booted away out of play by Drew Larson.
Clementi with the throw.
And again, Anoka will play it out of danger in the corner.
Krupkin with the throw for Coon Rapids. Clementi with the throw.
Howie Burhane able to keep it in on the near side. Playing it into the middle. Lopez pressuring there. Handball called as that one bounced up and got Blake Newman near the elbow. And Coon Rapids going to have a free kick from a great spot here. Set plays can be big. Coon Rapids got the big corner kick goal in the game we did against Park last Thursday. Hichaba will just shoot at the net and just misses going over the crossbar.
Shot high by Coon Rapids, be a goal kick for Anoka.
Nifty little kind of hidden kick play.
Trying to
Travis
sneak it in
Meshuga
under
with the
the
kick.
crossbar. Got a little bit too much air under it. Booted away by Meshuga. Well, so far, Coon Rapids putting the early pressure on. We're a little less than 8 minutes into this contest.
Leverson with the throw. That's a duo.
Meshuga near midfield. Long pass trying to spring Oyu. Oyu with some room on that left side. Shaber recovers nicely and stops it up.
Good recovery on defense by Coon Rapids and Shaber there.
Played back into the middle. Clementi able to get a foot in there and break it up. Throwing goes right out the end line as that pass didn't click, and a goal kick for the Cardinals. Captain Jason Lilja will handle the responsibility. A very quick start to the season for this Coon Rapids team. 3 games in a row, Monday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then here tonight on Tuesday for Game 4. Game 5 already tomorrow night as they take on the Eastview Lightning. So 5 games in the first week of play.
A lot of soccer there. Really quick turnarounds.
Well, and after losing a tough one to Park
Throwing Rapids.
on Thursday night, they came back. They won. They lost 2-1 to Park after really dominating the first half of play. Park able to recover nicely in the second half, but then they blanked Blaine 1-0 on Friday and shut out Forest Lake 2-0 on Saturday. So really a fast but a very good start to the season for Coon Rapids as you see Zick come out and smother that one as Cardinals passing it around in deep.
Throwing Coon Rapids. Clementi with that throw.
Lopez near midfield. Cruckton, now Hichaba. Crossing back to the near side, trying to get it to Merhowie Berhane, headed away out of play by the defender, Drew Larson.
Berhane with that throw.
Shaber throws it in. Brown trying to settle in between a couple of defenders. Lost his feet, got back up, left-footed shot just misses wide. Didn't think he had much of an angle, but he nearly was able to bend it back in for that corner.
A trio of tornadoes into the game.
Just a great job, really, to stay with this. Had 2 defenders on him. He loses his feet right here, gets back up, and nearly bent that back around.
I think if he doesn't kind of slip as he's taking that shot there, I think he might actually have gotten that one in.
But good, quick feet up front from St. Luke Brown.
One of the more interesting names out there.
Well, we've got some good ones.
Oh, yeah.
VJ Hichaba. Hichaba. Got to apologize to VJ. He allowed us to mispronounce his name for a couple of seasons before correcting us this year. We had been calling him Hakaba, but Hachaba much better, much cooler. Both are good announcer names, though. Anything with a certain ring to it, and anything 3 syllables or more. Urquhart, another great name, really.
And actually, I had the same thing with you guys. I let you pronounce my name wrong for a while, and had to come tell you guys to fix it.
Don't wait so long. Anybody out there that the chance in close and Chaba couldn't quite get to it to redirect it. How are we mispronouncing Urquhart?
If I remember correctly,
Urquhart?
yeah, it was something like that. Urquhart, you know.
Threw in an extra syllable there, here or there.
Yeah, you know, it adds a little flavor.
Well, we've had some fun ones in the past. The most notable being Darren Pineski Petershevsky early in our career here with CTN, and we called him Pietraszewski for several years before he corrected us. And we asked him, why didn't you tell us? Oh, everybody mispronounces it. That's what we normally get when we get that correction. Why didn't you tell us earlier? Everyone mispronounces. It's not a big deal. But it is to us, especially when you pronounce it, with Petershevsky is one of the coolest announcer names you'll find.
How'd you guys fare with Mustiniemi this
Mustiniemi is a good one. I nailed that right away because I made sure Alexei Mustiniemi, the big Finn. Well, I'm just disappointed I only got to call his name for one season. I'm also very disappointed I only got to see him play for one season. He was fun to watch. Cardinals building on the left side. Clementi had it taken away at the last second. Cleared back and out of bounds, back near midfield. But, I remember going into last hockey season and being told, they've got this exchange student who's really big. And I went to the first time I went to their practice to talk to the team and the coach. And not only was he big, but their whole defensive corps was they were huge.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
You had Wojciechowski, another great name.
Yep. Actually, you'll probably get to call Wojciechowski this year. He's got a younger brother on the team.
So Wojciechowski and Shore, both about 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
And the only guy that was even close to being less than 6 feet was
Bruner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was about 6'1".
He's
6'2",
I think he's technically just a shade under 6 foot.
Okay.
But either way, they were big.
Oh, yeah.
Bruner's the only one that'll be back.
Yep.
So, but the thing about Mustiniemi that got me was, not only is he 6'6", but he had magnificent hands, unbelievable hands.
Oh yeah. And actually, if you care to go see him play, he's actually playing in the NAHL down at Cooley Region, which is pretty much right on the other side of Winona, the Wisconsin side, actually.
Okay. Shot in on goal, but not very dangerous, and an easy save for Zick. It's the first shot on goal, 5th shot attempted by Coon Rapids. Anoka has had almost zero presence in the Coon Rapids end in the first 15-plus minutes. Trying to change that right here. Ball bouncing around down inside that 18-yard box. Boy, you had it taken away by Lilja. And Coon Rapids starting to clear it away. Stopped up, turned around by Panuski. It's another one I'm not quite certain about either. Because I've heard Panuski, I've heard Pineski.
Have we gone to the source yet?
Some of them. According to Dan Pineski, the coach of the Coon Rapids cross-country ski team, it is Pineski.
Oh, okay.
But one of the other one of the players, and I don't remember if it may have been Cody playing for Anoka that we talked to last year, and they said no, it's Panuski. It was another team's Panuski that said it was Panuski. That much I know. But
Free kick for Anoka. Meshuga to take the kick.
free kick for Anoka deep in their own end. Pretty much works out as a goal kick. Meshuga, a big boot.
Couple of substitutions here. And there's the Vuvuzelas.
I have no idea what a vuvuzela is, but apparently it's a horn of some sort.
Well, they became big at the World Cup that was down in South Africa.
Okay.
They're like 2-3 foot long plastic horns, and they're really loud and annoying.
Makes them perfect. Makes them perfect for sporting events.
Exactly, and that's why everybody hates them, but loves them at the same time.
Well, it could be a didgeridoo, but they're not quite as exciting a sound.
A little bit lower, kind of a baritone kind of resonating sound.
Shot in from a long ways out, and easy save for Zick. Deep cross attempt, didn't get the right angle on it, so goal kick Coon Rapids.
Lilia with the kick.
Lilja, high lofted ball out near midfield, stopped up by Gavin Putt for Anoka. Shaber got up, headed that one out of bounds.
So we got another substitution for Anoka.
Gavin Putt will take the throw on the restart.
Shaber bumping in the corner with McElmurray. McElmurray crossing, a chance in close. The shot turned away by Wykenin. And Coon Rapids able to clear it out the far side. A great opportunity right there.
And actually, I don't even know if they got through. I think that went off Clemente.
No, I think that was right on. Oh, just a little bit of a hold there from McElmurray. Beauty of, oh, you're right. Good call.
It's those young eyes.
Call me old. That's all right. No, I don't blame you for that. That's why I need Shapiro in the booth with me. That way I'm never the oldest. Ah. Yeah, the instant replay is a beautiful thing, both for catching holds and then seeing that indeed you were correct that it went off of Clemente. Good team defense displayed thus far by Coon Rapids. I mean, they have really clogged the middle. I mean, not for most of this first half, and we're a little more midway through. They have kept the ball in the Anoka end, and that in that way preventing them from having any opportunity. But the few times they have been down here, a lot of red jerseys in the box, and keeping them outside, making those shots come from a long ways away, and so far no shots have gotten in on net. I mean, unofficially, of course, That was their first shot attempted. And had Clemente not gotten in the way, I think Weikkinen would have had it, and it would have been a shot on goal. But since the defender got in the way, not technically a shot on goal. Meshuga sending it to the far side.
Meshuga seems to be kind of Anoka's big boot out here.
This one punched away by Weikkinen. Yeah, well, and that was another thing that Coach Hayes was talking about is that, you know, trap they kind of fell into in some of their early games was that when they had that free kick from out near midfield, he was just booting it in on goal, and he can kick it that far, but that's just not the most effective way to
be getting goals and possession time and stuff. Yeah.
Using your teammates, that kind of thing. But he's definitely got the boot.
Yes, he does.
Putt crossing out front. Shaber trying to clear it away. Stopped up by Lazo. And now cleared out of play by Mirza Kosovac. It's another good name. Mirza Kosovac. Ooh. And there he goes getting the foul.
Following play would be a free kick for Anoka.
This free kick.
Oh, and he's getting the yellow card there.
That's a very early card for Kosovac.
Actually, Kosovac just got into the game here and subsequently gets a card.
I don't know that it was card worthy. A little late, tripped him up, but it was, I don't think that was an intentional trip. He's going for the ball. Just got there a little late.
Yeah, kind of making that last ditch effort,
and perhaps the officials are making the early
statement.
Yeah. Say, hey, we're not gonna. Let's keep this from getting out of hand early. So from this position, almost a corner kick. Dangerous spot for Anoka to try and set something up. Just a one-man wall for Coon Rapids with Michael Liu standing out there. Kick going right into the middle of the net, headed away by Lilja. And Lazo, a left foot that was too far underneath and way up over the net.
Lilia to take the kick.
Lilja, one of the three Cardinal captains. Right now, Coon Rapids leading the Northwest Suburban Conference at this very early stage of the season. Of course, they and Blaine, I believe, the only two teams to have played a conference game at this point.
Well, that helps the standings. Yeah. Get you off to a good start.
No, and if they were able to come away with a win here over Anoka, 2-0 start would be tremendous. You know, three teams in the Northwest Suburban that made it to the state tournament last year, and Coon Rapids ends up seeing two of them in the first week. And if they were able to get wins over both, that would be huge, a huge way to start. Especially after the letdown in game one against Park of Cottage Grove. They really controlled the first half against the Wolfpack, but did not have the same type of intensity in half number two. And a questionable foul called inside the box led to a Park penalty kick on which they tied the game, and then that kind of deflated the Cardinals a little bit. And again, lacking that intensity already in that second half allowed the Wolfpack to come back, and they ended up getting a winner and skating away with a 2-1 win. Passed way too far in front of Treadle. scooped up easily by Wykenin.
Going off, I mean, coming back the next day, I mean, even just coming back to play a game even, a day later or so, but having to come back the next day and play a team that made it to the state tournament the year before, and is a good team, and then beat them by a single goal, it is a testament to how good this team could be throughout the rest of the year.
Well, they certainly have a lot of quality players and good pieces in good places. It's a matter of if they can put it all together and be consistent. And so far, a good start, though. Like you said, coming off of that somewhat disappointing loss, they came out the very next day and beat Blaine 1-0, and then went out and beat Forest Lake 2-0. This one served right into the middle, headed away by the Anoka defense. And then just a couple days rest, and they're back at it today. I mean, their fourth game of the year, and they've only really, I would be willing to almost guarantee there was no practice on Sunday. So really just one practice to work on anything they may have noticed that wasn't working right in those first 3 games.
Goal kick Anoka.
Which is, I mean, being that I played hockey in high school, I know you get one day to fix a problem in between games usually. Between, you play a game on, Tuesday night, and then you got to come back on Thursday night. You only have Wednesday to fix the problems that you found on Tuesday. So, I mean, it's not easy.
Berhane caught that one near midfield.
It's a pretty good reception.
Yeah, it was not a hard call for the official who was standing just 5 feet away. And there was the free kick from midfield straight in on goal, and it's their first shot on goal, but a really easy save for Wykenin. And some Anoka fans disgruntled that there was no call on the aftermath of that save.
Well, when the guy kind of runs into you, you decide to stand tall. It's not really your fault. You shouldn't really get a foul for it.
It's not how the home crowd saw it. Shaver plays it into Hachaba.
It's kind of what happens when you're the away team. You don't get very much love from the stands.
A little bit of room for Shaber, chips the shot in. Pretty easy save, though, again by Zick. Another look at it. Long kick right in on goal. He maybe gave him a little bit extra. I think there was a little bit of a flourish there by Gavin Putt, perhaps.
So sometimes sports require a little bit of acting to go along with it.
A little bit of theatrics. But, yeah, and very rarely in those instances when a forward and a keeper end up colliding inside the 6-yard box, very rarely is the forward going to be the one that gets the call, regardless of whether they were the recipient or the instigator.
Free kick Anoka.
Well, that's how most sports are. When the goalie gets anything happen to him, he's not really the one that gets called for it. So.
Unless it's flagrant, in which case, yeah. But we did once see a yellow card on a keeper. I don't remember exactly what the situation was, but the keeper had to leave the game and the backup had to come in, and it seems to me it was in a relatively critical part of the game, so it's like, okay, you got to get that ball out off of the opponent so you can get your keeper back in.
Mm-hmm.
But
Throwing Anoka.
Let's just keep one soccer ball on the field at a time, please.
I don't know. You know, 2 might make the game. A little more interesting.
Would certainly frustrate the goalkeepers. Coon Rapids just clearing it back out of danger. Pretty good fan base out here for a Tuesday night contest.
Well,
School starting in a week from today.
Mm-hmm. You know, with the school not starting just yet, I mean, you can get a little more people to kind of show up and get a little more fun out of it.
Berhane's shot just misses wide.
Shot wide by Coon Rapids.
Oh yeah, they
would be
don't
a
have to
goal
worry
kick
about
for Anoka.
homework and getting up for school in the morning.
Yep.
Mashuga with the kick.
Ah, homework. I will be hearing complaints about having too much homework in just one more week. Hachabo left-footed shot well off the mark. And trust me, there's no basis for complaining about too much homework when you're in 4th grade, but I will still hear it.
Well, it's 4th grade. You don't really, expect a whole lot of homework.
Well, he doesn't get a whole lot of homework, but that's. Do I have to? I got to admit, he's pretty good about it. He understands that that's first thing after school. He comes home, he does his homework before he gets to do anything else, but doesn't mean he always does it without complaint. Good job by Lopez shielding the defender from the ball, allowing it to go out of bounds. Coon Rapids a chance to set up a little bit. Shaver bounces it off Oyu. Oyu trying to get it back to Bennett. A couple of nice little one-touch passes. Achaba gets in there, bumps Bennett, and gets the ball back. Clementi trying to turn a corner.
Kind of got cut off there.
Oyu playing it into that far side corner. Chipped back across. Oyu just a step late, couldn't quite get there. Still has it. Tried to cross, went out off of Shaver, and it'll be a corner kick for Anoka. I think that's annoying. Huh?
When it's like only 1 or 2, maybe 3, it's okay. It's when it gets to be, 20, 30.
This one bouncing around, cleared away by Hachaba. Back into the middle, a lot of white jerseys around, but Coon Rapids able to get to it first. Panuski trying to get around the far corner. Hachaba there to mark him. Chips it away, but stays in bounds out in front. Oyu got a head on it, but couldn't get it directed toward the net. Lilja heading it away. Under 5 minutes left in the first half. Anoka trying to put some pressure on these last couple minutes. And a nice job by Shaber defending in the corner and
Goal kick, Coon Rapids.
getting the goal kick for Coon Rapids.
Lilia to take the kick.
St. Luke Brown running onto it on the far side. bumped a little bit by Drew Larson, lost it out of bounds.
Offside call on the play, be a free kick for Coon Rapids.
Anoka called offside. Chaba with some open room. Trying to feed it to St. Luke Brown. Left-footed shot, not a lot on it. And Zick makes the save.
Ball looked like it slowed up on him at the last second there.
Well, the grass is thick and long on the field here at Goodrich Field. So that ball's going to die pretty quick. Chaba serving it to the corner. Brown trying to get around the corner, and Zick dives on the ball in front of him. Gutierrez is shot right in, and Wykenin easily takes that one in the breadbasket. Lopez. Near side. Got it to Mehmed Jasinek. Jasinek working in the corner. Able to get around the defender. Left-footed cross in too close, and Zick will handle it. Moved ahead, Treadle, defended by Lilja, is clear, is going to hit the post right in the corner and stay in play. Left-footed shot, Wykenin is there for the save.
One minute remains.
Sugar stopping things up. Will give and go, finds a little bit of room. Stopped up by Shaber. Out of play in front of the Anoka bench, under a minute remaining in the first half. No score here between Coon Rapids and Anoka.
Bennett with the throw. Call will be a free kick to Coon Rapids. Shaver with the kick.
Coon Rapids a free kick near midfield, under 15 seconds. Shaver plays it near side. Lilja trying to cross it into the middle, but this will be cleared away, and that'll just about do it for half number one. A pretty well-balanced first half. Coon Rapids controlling much of the action early, but some good pressure by Anoka late. Neither team able to get onto the scoreboard through the first 40 minutes. We'll take a break. Be back with more live boys soccer after this.
My name is Dr. Rob Thomas, Chairman of the Emergency Department at Mercy Hospital here in Coon Rapids. We see many people in the emergency department with complaints of joint pain. Sometimes it's from an acute injury, but other times it's for chronic joint pain from arthritis. If anti-inflammatory pain medications like ibuprofen, physical therapy, and exercise haven't relieved your arthritis pain, joint replacement surgery may be the right option for you. Joint replacement surgery is commonly performed for hips, knees, and shoulders.
Joint replacement surgery can make a very positive change in the life of a person with arthritis. At Mercy, we perform 800 joint replacements each year. We have a lot of expertise with that procedure. Here at Mercy Hospital, we have therapy from Sister Kenny. We also have a joint camp for our patients to get therapy with other patients that have had their joints replaced. Not every person with joint pain needs a total joint replacement, but we can provide the full spectrum of services they need for joint arthritis pain here through the orthopedic department at Mercy.
Joint replacement surgery is not the answer for everyone with joint pain, but if other treatments have been ineffective, a joint replacement surgery may be the answer. The orthopedic department at Mercy Hospital can get you moving freely again. Mercy Hospital, quality care close to home.
Did you know volunteering can be fun? Community service is for everyone. Young people, families, men, women. As a volunteer, you'll help your community and gain valuable skills. Network with others. Energize your life. Make an impact and have fun. Get in step with your community. Volunteer. Visit www.lionsclubs.org.
Goodrich Field in Anoka. The Tornadoes and the Cardinals locked in a scoreless tie through the first half. And Coon Rapids really taking the Tornadoes by storm early in that first half, put a lot of pressure on in close, but Anoka late in that first half able to create some decent pressure. And neither team able to get past the keeper. Coon Rapids certainly attempting a lot more shots in that first half, but Anoka scrambling down there as well and making some things happen there. You see the shots attempted nearly 2-1 in favor of Coon Rapids, but the most important stat up top, no score. Anoka looking for its first win of the season after losing to Moorhead, I believe, 2-0, and then they lost to Rochester Mayo, I believe, 4-1. And Coon Rapids looking to stay perfect in the Northwest Suburban after beating Blaine 1-0 on Friday. And they are off to a 2-1 start on the season with wins over Blaine and Forest Lake and a loss to Park of Cottage Grove. But another 40 minutes of soccer is right around the corner. Who will get the first score and take the commanding lead? We will have to wait and see. More boys soccer live on CTN after this. Back out of the shotgun, drops back, looks left, throws over the middle, has a man, Theus the catch, touchdown Coon Rapids!
Oh, what a nice play. Great protection up front, and that's what was the key. Alex Ossie found his man in a beautiful pass. Theus able to just split two defenders. The ball was there, a little bit of a contact, but he was able to take it in the end zone.
thought about going ahead, goes over the middle, tipped, but caught by Roddy, and then by Bush. Or no, that's Butler. That was one of the craziest catches you'll ever see. Still able to control it, gets it back. Here's a chance for Lopez. Shoots and scores, and the Cardinals are going to win this one. He gets it. 10 seconds left.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
When you watch CTN News, you'll notice we're different. It's about the people, the places, the stories that affect your life.
We're local. We focus on the local communities, the local issues, and the local stories.
They're the stories that impact you, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
It's the people, the places, and the events that make CTN so interesting.
It's about connecting you to your community, one story at a time.
Heroes come from small towns.
Many of our heroes coming home from wars in Iraq and Afghanistan have a new battle, unemployment. Hello, I'm Rocky Lynn.
I'm Sergeant Dejan Farrell.
And I'm Captain Ron Jarvie. The unemployment rate for today's veteran is 12%.
That's twice the average of others living here in the Heartland.
This year, Tribute to the Troops, the Armed Forces, and members of the Upper Midwest ME chapter are asking you to help. Hire today's veteran.
To hire today's veteran, visit Hero to Hired at h2h.jobs.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Back at Goodrich Field in Anoka, just about ready to get the second half underway. Anoka and Coon Rapids scoreless through 40 minutes of play. Joe Young, Alex Urquhart, enjoying a much more pleasant evening than it was late afternoon. Now that the sun has gone down, it has cooled down. And a good fast-paced first half for this boys soccer game, with both teams getting some decent opportunities.
But both teams playing really good defense, too. Both collapsing on the ball and just marking up really well.
Corner kick for Anoka early in this second half. Oyu flips it up over the net out of play. And it'll be a goal kick for Coon Rapids. Yeah, and both teams being physical, not cheap, but certainly not afraid to put a body on an opponent. We did see a yellow card against Coon Rapids early in that first half. They'll just goal kick, headed right back out of bounds by Anoka. Long shot in by Oyu. Pretty easy save for Wykenin. Anoka misplayed it. Hachaba had it momentarily, and now high lofting shot nearly snuck into that far side back corner as Alex Cruckton tried to loop it up and over the keeper. That's Tony Cruckton. Thank you, DC Cullenber. Alex graduated last year. I apologize, Tony. I know what it's like to be the younger sibling, referred to as your brother's name for most of your life.
It's even worse when your younger brother, or you get mistaken for your younger brother.
I wouldn't know. I've never been a younger brother.
You know, I have a younger brother. Many people like to have called me Tyler before, and you know,
well,
not the funnest thing.
It should go both ways. It should. I don't know that anyone's ever mistaken my brother for me. And I would have to say it's far more rare for that to happen, because usually the teachers and coaches and everyone, they see the older brother first and then the younger one. My high school coach called me Bob most of my high school career. And my
Bob is not even close to Joe.
I agree. And if you saw the two of us, you would be even more confused. We don't look. I mean, we have similar features, but he's much larger than I am. So he's 6'1", 6'2", and I am not.
Goal kick Anoka.
Well,
pass a little too far, ends up being a goal kick for Tornadoes.
We short people stick together.
Hey, you know what? He gave up the battle and shaved his head in his late 20s, early 30s, and I have often said I'll take the hair over the height. I've never had to duck going through a door. Hachaba trying to make something happen and nearly snuck. There wasn't a lot on that shot, but right angle, Zick had to dive to make the save.
Sometimes those off-speed shots can be a little tricky.
Tyler Bennett working it near side for Oliverson. Back up the sidelines for Bennett into the middle. Down into the corner. Centered by Bennett. Oyu tried to get something on the bouncing ball, and just not a lot of power behind that shot. Coon Rapids quickly reverses, sends it to the other end of the field. Newman couldn't slip it past Hachaba.
Foul called to be a free kick for Coon Rapids.
Foul called as Newman and Hachaba battle for the ball.
Chaba's going to have a really nice spot for this dead ball.
Hachaba with the kick.
Going for that back post, a header, it bounces just wide. Good job by Josinek to get to it, just couldn't quite get the right angle on it.
Really, really close there.
It's time the foul go against Coon Rapids. Ooh. Did not miss by much.
A little more forehead on that, and he's got himself a goal.
A lot of white jerseys in deep, tapped in by Oyu, and Anoka takes the 1-0 lead. Off the free kick. This is a little surprising. Look at how many white jerseys are back there. Jason Lilja, the only defender back there. 4 Anoka players. Wykenin tried to punch it away.
I think Coon Rapids might think that it was that
offside?
Anoka was offsides.
Oh, and hard to understand how
4 guys
there were
get
4
offsides.
guys back there and no call for that offside.
33-25 remaining in the second half. Anoka gets their first goal from Roland Oyu.
But there was no flag raised, no whistle blown, and the goal will stand, and Anoka has a 1-0 lead. Long boot in on Zick. Hard to see where they were when that ball was struck.
Yeah, that.
It's very close, but all 4 of them get behind the last defender.
And unfortunately, Wakenot really had no chance at all to save that ball.
Well, all of a sudden he sees it coming in, and he's surrounded by white jerseys.
Yeah. Not one of the more pleasant things to see happen in front of you as a goaltender.
This one bounces out the end line. Goal kick, Coon Rapids. Well, Coon Rapids has been able to put quite a bit of pressure on the Anoka end throughout the game, so still a lot of game to be played. No time to get worried too much. But they would certainly like to find the equalizer sooner rather than later.
Well, the longer Coon Rapids has the ball in the offensive end, the better that they actually look.
Anoka doing a pretty nice job, as we talked about. Both teams doing a very nice job on defense. So Anoka marks pretty tightly deep in their end. Bicycle kick from Hachaba, and Zick is there for the save.
One of the cooler things to see happen during a soccer game, even if it is in high school.
Out off of Coon Rapids. Well, and for him to be daring enough to attempt the bicycle kick with a defender that close, too. This one chipped up over the net, out of play.
Well, when you're down a goal, you got to take some chances sometimes.
Oh, went off the Cardinal defender, so This will be a corner kick. Brandon Treadle will trot over to handle the kick.
Treadle with the corner kick.
Going to the back post. You got a head on it and ends up out wide of the net. Cardinals trying to build along the left side. Achaba had that one get away from him a little bit, out of play.
We have a trio of torpedoes coming.
Got some more substitutions for Anoka.
Throw it at Anoka. Pollock with the throw.
Kept in along the sidelines, taken away by Achaba. Long boot ahead. Lopez turning, waiting for some help. Back to Talixon, trying to get it across to Cruckton. Lopez will get it back. His shot deflected. Goes to the corner. Cruckton is there. Crossing out front, headed away by Meshuga. And now cleared back out near midfield. Oyu in behind the defense, sliding out to take it away is Wykenin. Ball still loose. Cleared away, and this is going to be a yellow card for Oyu.
Oh, it's a red
card.
Ooh.
Just like that. I don't think he agrees.
Well, I don't think if you ever get a red card,
Yeah,
you're going to agree.
Take another look at it. Well, you let that one get just a little bit too far away. Boy, I don't know. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. I thought it was for the kick, and that was clearly at the ball, which was still loose. But yeah, you get up and two-handed shove. That'll get you a card every time.
And the reason we had the whistle before was because of the ref was calling it for a dangerous kick with the goalkeeper, with Wakenot's head right there. You know, it's one of them. It's a dangerous thing to have going on, is somebody kicking near your head.
Clock is running.
Well, and Oyu has been one of their more dangerous forwards.
Well, he's got the one goal for Anoka tonight already.
Right.
So I mean, he's going to be sorely missed here now for the rest of the game.
On top of which, only 9 players out there for the rest of the game. Here's a shot missing high and wide for Talix. So as efficiently and effectively as they've been able to supply pressure thus far, they should be able to do that even More so now with one less white jersey out there. Boy, Meshuggah does have quite a boot on him. He'll clear it away again.
Throwing for Coon Rapids.
Chaba, left foot from a long way out, and it's well high and wide.
Shot wide and a goal kick for Anoka.
Looks like we got a Cardinal coming into the game here.
Tony, don't call me Alex Cruckton, checking back in.
It's actually a pretty good nickname.
Just a sophomore, but getting a lot of PT early in this season.
Throw to Coon Rapids.
Chaba will get the foul as trips up the Anoka player. Sugar goes short this time, bounces back out. Shot by Panuski was turned around. Or Howie Burhane, a little bit of space, gets it ahead to Peter Shaber. His pass was behind Burhane and turned back over to Anoka. Gutierrez is shot in and saved by Weikkinen.
Throw it for Anoka.
Chaba trying to get around Panuski. Running down the sidelines. Comes away with it, cutting out front. Ball bounces free. Cruckton battling for it. Cleared away by Meshuggah. And that's a handball.
Yeah, that just bounced up straight up off his knee there.
Served in nicely, the header. Another header by Chaba and a goal! Headed by Cruckton. Chaba heads it home, and the Cardinals have tied the game.
Very pretty goal, too. I mean, you get a double header to go in. Oh.
Another look
nice
at it.
Cross to feed in. Cruckton and then VJ Chaba. It makes a nice running header into the net there.
No chance for Zink on that one, or Zick on that one. And we're all tied up with 22 plus to play.
Second half, Coon Rapids gets a goal from number 9, VJ Chaba.
Out the end line, another corner kick coming up for Anoka. This one will be taken by McElmurray. Booted away by Lilja. Chaba using his speed to get around the corner. Long feed up front. Knocked down by Meshuggah. And Coon Rapids can't keep it in over on the sideline.
Yeah, Chaba trying to feed Lopez there through the middle. Almost got it in there for him.
Talixon putting the pressure on, now cleared away. Here's Shaber getting it right back to Talixon.
Goal kick, Anoka.
Took a while for that. Like, that was so clearly past the end line. But Lopez brought it back in like, oh, it's fine. It's good.
Oh, there was no whistle yet. Let's just, keep going. Well, it goes back to the old adage that, every coach keeps saying, play till the whistle.
Always. Kruzman trying to put some pressure on, and Zick slides out to take it away in front of him. Lopez working it down into the corner. This will go out off of Newman. So first corner kick of the game coming up for Coon Rapids. And we saw him put together a great corner kick in the Park game with the Chaba sending it to the back post and Lilja heading it home. We'll see if they can come up with another well-designed set piece here. As Chaba waits.
What's even more kind of impressive is that Anoka hasn't given up a corner kick until halfway through the second quarter, or second half.
Kruzman just trying to play that to space, got a little too much of it, send it off the far side. Especially considering how much pressure Coon Rapids has put on in that end, but so many shots taken by Coon Rapids that have missed wide, ending up in goal kicks. So Anoka's had 10 goal kicks. Coon Rapids has taken 18 shots, 7 of them on goal. So all stats unofficial, of course. But they've been down there a lot, but it's been going out the end line from their own doing. They're wide and shots that have gone up over the net. Miskowitz ahead. The Chaba will go to the corner, crosses with the left foot. Zick will get there in front of Jasinek. Anoka trying to turn it quickly. Schaff down in the corner, a couple of Cardinals there to stop him up. Lilja comes away with it. Coon Rapids going to slow it down, possess it a little bit here. Jasinek ahead to Kruzman, back to Jasinek. Far side now, Cruckton. Chipping it into the corner. That's Jasinek, so I had somebody's name wrong at some point, unless he's super speedy. Lost out the end line, goal kick coming up. Mehmed Jasinek.
Another one of those names that's
awesome
just
name.
an announcer name.
Mirza Kosovic. Zach Miskowick. Pretty much any last name that is 3 syllables or more is going to be a good one.
That or if it's really, really catchy.
Right.
That it just rolls off the tongue.
I can't even, I don't even get 3 syllables when you use both first and last names, so. Suppose if you use my full name, but nobody calls me that. One skips away out of bounds. Into the corner, wisely chipped out of play by Ryan Nelson. Alexson trying to clear and couldn't. Shaber got it to Clemente. Lopez missed it. Panuski moving it over there. Berhane breaking up a pass. Where Howie Berhane just put a boot into it, hoping that Austin Colden could run onto it, but just a little too much on it. Played to the near corner. Lilja will just head it out of bounds.
It must really help to have those long legs that Lilja has. I mean, he just covers the ground like a deer.
Turnaround kick goes wide out of play. And a goal kick coming up Coon Rapids. Well, Anoka has found a little more offense here in the second half, has put on a little more pressure. Of course, they got the goal also in this second half, but just a bit more presence in the offensive end. Yeah, more shots attempted, more on goal. I guess same number on goal. They've had 6 total, 3 in each half, but still 14 minutes left in this second half. This one rolls in on Weikkinen.
They've just had a lot more sustained offense than what they had in the first half, where it was kind of more of a run and gun kind of offense. If I may use the some football terminology.
I think that's a fair assessment. Good battle in the middle. Hichaba comes in to mediate and comes away with the ball. Or Howie Berhane on the far side. Trying to send it into the middle, turned right back out. Berhane gets it right back. Trying to get it to Talixon. Colden. Shot was blocked right away. And now cleared back to the Coon Rapids end. Lilja will just chip it to the near side. Clemente trying to keep it in and will not be able to.
Arn with the throw.
Good chance there for Treadle, but he was marked tightly and didn't get a whole lot on the shot. Clemente and Treadle go down. Clemente stays with the ball. Talixon with a little bit of room. Left-footed shot well up and over, off the crossbar and through the uprights.
Between the girls' game that we did earlier today, or earlier this afternoon, and the boys' game tonight here, noticed a lot of left foots. I mean, being that I'm not very, or I should super knowledgeable about soccer, but most of these guys I've noticed are right foot
dominant.
Yeah, right foot dominant. Thank you. Falling over my own words here.
It's all right.
It's nice to see that they are able to use those left foots for good strong shots like they're getting.
And some really effective left foot.
Mhm.
Well, that one looked like a handball. My old eyes may have deceived me. Anoka trying to get a switch in, and told no, it's not your ball. You don't get to come in yet. Talixon trying to turn. Lost the ball, and it's cleared away by Anoka. Treadle just boots it to the Coon Rapids end. Lilja will send it ahead for Shaber. And now Hachaba for Merhawi Burhane. So back to Hachaba. Let that get away from him a little bit, but able to recover and take it right back. Hachaba serving it. Talixon couldn't do much with it. We'll try and cross again. Now cleared away by Meshuggah. Lilja stops it up near midfield. Good aggressive play by the Cardinal senior captain. Plays it down the line. Into space. Hachaba will cross. A little too tall for Lopez. Talixon trying to track it down. Colden the shot. And that's going to trickle wide.
Goal kick, Anoka.
Under 10 minutes remaining in regulation.
Meshuggah with the kick on restart.
We found the guys with the vuvuzelas out in the stands.
Aha, that's a vuvu. All right, now I know. And knowing is half the battle. Yo, Joe.
Throwing tornadoes.
That's an old school G.I. Joe reference. You're probably way too young to understand.
You know, I know G.I. Joe, don't know the saying.
Well, in the 80s, when they had the G.I. Joe cartoon, at the end, there would always be a moral value that they taught. You know, like stay in school.
Don't do drugs.
Right,
yeah.
that kind of thing. You know, and it would say, well, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Yo, Joe. That's, yeah. And growing up with the name, I heard a lot of it.
A lot of G.I. Joe jokes?
Oh, a lot. Hachaba is calling for that handball on Anoka, won't get it. Tornadoes serve it all the way back down into the Coon Rapids end. Nice turnaround by Shaber along the sidelines. And not the pass that Kirkton was looking for.
Clementi with the throw for the Cardinals.
Cardinal throw in right at midfield. Cruzman can't keep it under control. Newman plays it ahead. Talixon bumped off it, but no call. For Howie Braheen tracking down Drew Larson to challenge on the far side. Larson able to turn. Braheen bumps him and comes away with the ball. Larson wants the call, won't get it. Sent ahead for Hichaba. Far side, Braheen trying to get around Larson. Plays it back out to Talixon. One touch back to Braheen. Braheen from the top of the 18 and just misses wide. Another strong left-footed shot.
Yeah, Coon Rapids getting some chances here late. With only about 6 minutes left, they're getting their chances that they need to get. They just need to put it in the back of the net there.
Chaba challenging and able to force it out of play off of Connor Hidala. And get the ball back for Coon Rapids. Lopez back to Shaber. One touches, Hidala there to break up the pass attempt to Hichaba. Shaber, long boot along the near sideline, too far for Lopez to track down. Under 5 minutes left in regulation. Free kick coming up for the Tornadoes. Jake McElmurray.
Clock is stopped.
Clock is stopped as our official is explaining something to Tyler Talixon, Trevor Talixon.
I had a feeling it's kind of letting them know that the referees are going to be keeping an eye on the physical play that's started to pick up here in the later minutes of the half.
Oh, and a scary play and a chance for Anoka and a goal for Connor Schaff.
The freshman Connor Schaff getting a goal here, getting to come in with Oyu out of the game with his red card. Schaff comes in and puts a goal in.
And that was just a bad play by the Cardinals, and Schaff took advantage. Lilja tried to tap it back to his keeper and didn't get it to him. And Schaff capitalizes, putting Anoka on top.
That's one of those feelings, as a young player getting some playing time as a freshman or a sophomore, or as a young player, getting time and then getting a goal. It's just one of those feelings that never goes away.
Anoka gets their second goal of the game from number 20, Connor Schaff.
And just an untimely mistake by the Cardinals results in that goal.
Shaver with the kick.
And now Anoka in position to sneak away with a victory that for the last several minutes at least, did not seem like it would be theirs. It had definitely been Coon Rapids being the aggressor and putting a lot of pressure on. And they had not seen that end of the field much. And then something seemingly harmless, but a bad decision and an untimely mistake by Coon Rapids results in an Anoka goal. And now the Tornado boys on the cusp of scoring their first victory. Coincidentally enough, by the same score as their girls got the first victory of the year earlier this evening.
And kind of in the same fashion. I mean, Anoka got up early, or relatively early, and then Coon Rapids had to come back or fight back for the goal. And late in the game, Anoka just gets a lucky situation and puts it in.
Long boot goes wide.
Lilia with the goal kick.
And now there's got to be a sense of urgency here for Coon Rapids. Try and even the score and force an overtime. Meshuggah nearly put that out on the street. Throw in, Hachaba tightly marked. Played to the front, Lopez bumped off it, and this is going to be a PK right here with just over a minute to play as Lopez was knocked to the ground inside the box.
And the Anoka team is fighting for this. I had a feeling that it's not going to change anything, but they're still gonna go for it. Go talk to them.
There's another look at it. And watch Lopez. Oh, that's a definite call. Blake Newman, two-handed push to the back of Alex Lopez. And that was just a silly mistake on the part of the Tornadoes now. Hachaba trying to even the score. The PK off the crossbar, but in the net. And we're tied at 2.
Cool and composed. I mean, he's just walking away like he didn't just tie a game late in the game to probably send this to overtime.
Scoring his second of the game, this one on a PK in the 79th minute. And boy, he
just
nearly
put
missed that because it's off the crossbar and then bounces back up and in. Fortunate he's got the right spin on that, as that could have very easily bounced back out and kept this from being a loss. And congratulations to the officials too on making the right call. A tough time to make a call like that inside the box for a PK, especially against the home team. But it was absolutely the right call, and glad to see the officials were on that call and made the right call. So mistakes by both clubs late in the game result in goals, but they nullify one another. And as we kick down under 20 seconds, it definitely looks like we are headed for some extra soccer.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Shaver will clear it around, and that will do it.
2, 1, over.
Wow.
So we've played 80 minutes of soccer, but we're not done. We're headed to overtime. Coon Rapids and Anoka tied at 2.
Bring out the action hero in you. fuel up right, and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
Did you know volunteering can be fun? Community service is for everyone. Young people, families, men, women. As a volunteer, you'll help your community and gain valuable skills. Network with others. Energize your life. Make an impact and have fun. Get in step with your community. Volunteer. Visit www.lionsclubs.org.
Back at Goodrich Field in Anoka, getting ready to play some extra soccer. An exciting second half. There was no score after the first, and then off a free kick, Anoka storms the net and gets the first goal. Roland Oyu putting it in. But Vijay Hichaba willed his team back. Look at this, a doubleheader. Cruckton and Hichaba. That came in the 58th minute, and even the score at 1. Then Cardinals make a mistake in the 76th minute. Anoka capitalizes, and then in the 79th minute, Anoka with a silly foul inside the box, a PK, and Hichaba capitalizes his second goal of the contest. So we're tied at 2 and heading to overtime.
It seemed like the sun decided to finally go down, during the second half there, and all of a sudden the goals started coming out of nowhere. It's a couple of silly mistakes resulting in goals, and a great header, or 2 great headers by Cruckton and Hichaba to get a goal for Coon Rapids. I mean, game turned out to be extremely, extremely exciting here.
Well, and after, I would have to say still most of this game offensively has been controlled by Coon Rapids. They have been the aggressor. They have been putting on a bit more pressure. Anoka looked a lot better in that second half offensively than they did in the first. Even after losing a player to the red card, they didn't seem to miss a beat just because there were only 9 bodies out there. They were still able to put some pressure on. And
I think part of that is actually the forward that got put in due to Uyu being taken out of the game. Connor Schaff, the freshman, who ended up scoring. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that's probably his first goal of his career.
It's a good guess. They've only it's only Anoka's 3rd goal of the season.
Yeah, and knowing from experience, having that young player get kind of thrown into the lineup due to a penalty or an injury or something, it kind of gives you a boost, kind of like adds a little bit of a jump to your step as the rest of the team.
Well, 2 5-minute overtime periods. They are not golden goal. If it is still tied after those 2 5-minute periods, long shot by Talixon, skips just off the top of the crossbar.
And Talixon's got his hands on his head going, oh, man, I almost just I almost won the game for us here.
Well, not quite.
Well,
put them ahead.
Well, put them ahead.
I would like it to be golden goal, but my opinion matters
little to the Minnesota State High School League,
if at all. Matters really only to me, but
I do agree with you on that point. Almost every other sport is golden goal. So I mean the only other one I can think of is actually basketball, but the scoring system in that is a little different. So.
Well, and I think I can't remember. I think in in the playoffs, I believe overtime's our golden goal, but I can't remember for sure.
Well, it looks like
Here's Talixon again, chipping it over to the far side. Hichaba, that one just barely deflected by McElmurray on defense, or else Hichaba might have completed his hat trick. Here's Hichaba working to the top of the box. Left-footed shot well high and wide.
Panuski's on the ground here. It looks like he might have gotten caught in the face by an elbow or shoulder or something. Looks like he's going to saunter off and get a quick look at.
Restart is a goal kick for Anoka. Mashuga will take the goal kick. Clock is running.
Cardinals stop it up just on their side of midfield. Josinek plays it to space on the far side, cleared away momentarily by Bennett, now out of play. Hichaba in the corner. Stops up, crosses out front. A header bounces the other way. Still, Coon Rapids pushing for it. And Coon Rapids going to be called for the foul. For the dangerous kick, I guess.
Mashuga with the kick.
I have to admit, Jasinek's mohawk is. I have to, being that I had a mohawk for a while. I am impressed by his mohawk.
It's styling.
It is. A little length, little spike to it. It's a nice mohawk.
Anoka trying to put some offense together that's clearly quickly cleared away by Peter Shaber. Hichaba just so quick on the ball and now running down the field. And crossing. And a chance and a goal for Andrew Kruzman.
And Hichaba getting in on his third goal here for Coon Rapids. I mean, he's really taking charge of this game.
Well, he so wisely just waits until both defenders have sucked to him, and Kruzman is all alone over there. And Kruzman, a beautiful one touch to the upper corner. There was no chance for the keeper to get to this one. And Coon Rapids has the 3-2 lead.
With 45 seconds remaining in the first half of overtime, Coon Rapids gets a goal from number 14, Andrew Kruzman. Clock is stopped.
Jasinek is down on the ground holding on to his ankle there. Didn't really see if he got clipped by another foot or... But he does look like he is in considerable amount of pain there.
And that is not a good sign for a player who is, again, become an early impact player for this Coon Rapids squad. We hope it's nothing too serious. trainer out to have a look and looking at that right ankle. Coach Jason Jacob out there as well. Josinek, one of those younger players coming up, playing his first year JV as a junior, or first year varsity as a junior, and really getting a lot of PT.
Okay,
He's able to get up, and he's going to try and put some weight on it.
His teammate's taking him to the wrong sideline there.
Well, I think they were just trying to see if he would.
If he could walk it off a little bit.
If he could walk it off a little bit, how much pressure he could put on it. I mean, it's been a long, tiring game. I don't think they're quite that confused. It looks like it's loosening up a little bit as he makes it closer to the sideline. Another look at what happened. Number 18 there. Ooh. By his own teammate. Stepped on his ankle and rolled it a little bit.
Never a good thing late in the game to roll your ankle. That the rest of the leg will just cramp right up on you.
Clock is running.
And that was an interesting play out the end line. Coon Rapids got to hustle down there as we're under 15 seconds. Try and get this.
9.
Try and get this corner kick off.
6, 5, 4.
Chaba does get it into play, but
2, 1.
time will expire before they really get anything put together. But Coon Rapids scores in the final minute of overtime number 1, and they have a 3-2 lead as we head to the second overtime. You're watching live boys high school soccer on CTN.
When you watch CTN News, you'll notice we're different. It's about the people, the places, the stories that affect your life.
We're local. We focus on the local communities, the local issues, and the local stories.
They're the stories that impact you, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
It's the people, the places, and the events that make CTN so interesting.
It's about connecting you to your community, one story at a time.
And after a quick change of sides, we get overtime number 2 underway.
Montgomery with the kick.
Lilja saves it from going out the end line. Hichaba moves it ahead to Kruzman, and Kruzman got a one-on-one. He feeds it to Lopez in the middle. Lopez behind the defender. Had to slow down a little bit. His left-footed shot goes wide.
I think the longer grass kind of came up and started to slow the ball on him as he put it out there in front of him.
It could be. But, whoa, that was a very quick end-to-end rush by Coon Rapids.
Following the play, free kick for Anoka.
Nice attempt at the redirect in the middle there. I believe that was Panuski who did that. But ends up out the end line. And a goal kick, Coon Rapids.
Coon Rapids is just going to kind of decide to take more control of the ball instead of sending the ball all the way down and risk Anoka really taking control of the ball.
Which is wise, but don't play around with the possession too deep in your own end. It's great to possess the ball, take some time off the clock, but do it at the opposite end, or at least at the midfield. Cruckton sends it ahead. Hachaba trying to get around the corner. This one booted away.
Hachaba's starting
the end line.
Hachaba's starting to sniff for the.
It'll be a corner.
Hachaba's starting to sniff for the hat trick there, I think. Saw some open space and was like, maybe I can get a third one here.
Right. Well, possessing and taking time off the clock is all good, but scoring some more would be even better. This one bounces around and finally scooped up by Zick. Anoka threatening at the other end. Meshuggah trying to get in behind the defense. He got tangled up with Hachaba and they went down. He wanted to foul and didn't get it. If you get tangled up and fall inside the box, especially in overtime, you're probably not going to get that call. If the defender puts two hands in the middle of your back and pushes you in the box, then you'll get that call.
I really don't know how much the referee is going to be using his whistle at this point in the game. I think he's just going to let him play it out and, let the boys play.
Credit to Anoka for quickly getting it back here and trying to make something happen. High ball bouncing around in there. And I don't know if Wykenin got a punch on that ball to get it out or somebody headed it, but here's one headed toward the net and he scoops it up.
I don't know, it almost looked like he got a hand on it to kind of do a volleyball set kind of sort of thing.
Under a minute remaining in overtime number 2. And a good boot for Wykenin to the other end. Lopez down there with a couple of defenders. He comes away with it, the shot, and it was blocked by the defender.
Yep.
Coon Rapids be more than happy to just keep clearing it out of bounds and let time tick away because we're down to 15 seconds remaining. And they are on the verge of starting their season with a 3-1 record, 2-0 in the conference. And they're going to stop the clock with just a couple seconds left, and they're going to hand a yellow card to Alex Lopez.
Well, they're calling the game.
At least it looked like that's what they were going to do, but instead they just said, okay, there's only 3 seconds left. We'll let it go. Game over, and Coon Rapids will take a 3-2 win, and what an exciting way to score a victory over a big rival. And and what a game for VJ Hachaba. Had 2 goals in regulation, and then a perfect setup for Andrew Kruzman, and he buries it, the one touch to the upper corner where Zick would not have a chance. So 2 goals and an assist for Hachaba.
And really, I mean, if we were going to give out a player of the match kind of award, I mean, it would go to Hachaba there.
No question.
I mean, he really took the team on his back and carried them to this victory.
And so Coon Rapids, after starting the season with a 2-1 loss, have won 3 in a row, 2 against conference opponents. And now they will move on to take on Eastview tomorrow night, their 5th game of the season, less than a week in. Here's what we have coming up for you. Football season opener, Coon Rapids hosting Totino Grace on Thursday. That's live at 7 o'clock. We'll see the soccer teams again in a doubleheader next Tuesday at the Cardinal Sports Complex, hosting the Huskies from Andover. And then on Thursday, September 6th, our first look at the volleyball team as they host the Pirates from Park Center. All of those games live. We're live all season long here on CTN, but that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports Game. The final score from Goodrich Field, it's Coon Rapids 3 and Anoka 2. I want to thank everyone out there for joining us to continue to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including my co-host, Alex Urquhart, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.